Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are my beauties, my lovelies, my royalty? Oh, let's get out that scorching hot, bubbling petty tea. And if you like it cold, just hold the ice. Hold the ICE. Oh, and I think I just realized I didn't mention that in the last episode. Hmm. I guess I was distracted by all of the bigotry and the racism that is still covered up in this country, but then they try to hide it or lie about it. And or now they're trying to say reverse racism and things because now they're upset that people who are different than the able-bodied white straight men are, you know, developing themselves, like knowing their identity, knowing their purpose, and knowing that they are able and capable of doing many things. And that includes the disabled community. A lot of people look down on us. And for years, I wasn't diagnosed. For so many years, I wasn't diagnosed. And at the same time, people judged me based off of walking differently or being different. And it was frustrating. People told me that I would not measure up to be anything. Some told me that I would only be able to be someone's maid, and or that I wasn't smart enough to be a lawyer or go to law school, and or I better not be a computer programmer because then that would shape my sexuality and who I was going to end up dating and marrying. And yeah, I've been, yeah, because even at church, oh, I have a great son that I would want you to meet, but we have to make sure you don't walk like that anymore. We have to make sure you get, uh, you know, cured or normal. Why don't you go and get some surgery and get fixed and come back? Because my son says you're like one of the prettiest women he's ever met. And it's really funny, like a lot of the guys at church, you talk to me, they only looked at my looks. They didn't really look at who I was. And it was mostly looks and my parents making me be a good little church girl. Yeah, because now even looking at my interests and knowing, yeah, I am one who does believe in aliens. Oh, yeah, oh, the people at my church would be having a riot because I do. And it's like with all of the space and how space continues and keeps being developed, do I would I actually think we are the only planet with life? No, not at all. So, yeah, oh, I know. It's like my pastor and bishop would be so, yeah, disappointed and probably upset and pissed off too, but I don't really, yeah. It's like, yeah, because I am not going to be submissive. Ooh, yeah, they would be so upset with that too. And I just find it amusing. But Sarah Michelle Gellar brought up something amazing on The View. I think it was late last week or it was early this week. And sadly, one of her co stars passed away just like 1 or 2 days after she was on the show, too. But Miss Geller, like, there was one of the topics, because actually, like, she didn't even have to say anything because her interview had nothing to do with the disabled community. But then on The View, they were talking about the hot topics. And this is probably going to be a two-parter or three-parter. And I'm going to be getting to, I keep saying, I'll get to other topics, and I will, I promise. It's just, sometimes I wonder if that's part of my disability. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, science and doctors don't spend enough time studying my condition and everything, so It's kind of a question mark and a struggle that, like, and since doctors said I was lying for decades about me even having something wrong, because, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I just wonder what got me through all of the mental, physical, psychological ABUSC for all those decades. And sometimes I wonder, did my creativity get me through? Because there were so many times where I had to daydream and create stories and or read stories or think outside the box just to get my mind off of everything that I was going through. But like Miss Geller, like after they were talking about the subject with the orange man saying that someone with a disability should not be president, he like, I'm not quoting, but I'll see if I remember. I'll put the footage in, or I'll just put the episode in so you can watch the whole thing. But yeah, he was like, I don't want an idiot as president and everything, even though he won't even show his college transcripts, and even though he has bankrupted. So, and I'm not saying you're an idiot if you bankrupt. So I know a lot of people bankrupt. I know a lot of multi-million-dollar companies one year, but then they bankrupt. But like I have like, especially after studying business for years. Because, yes, I have my MBA, I have a minor in business administration and things, but I'm a nerd and I've studied, like, I've read so many articles, read like different books, watched so many documentaries, I watch business YouTubers, I've taken so many notes, and it's like I created a game plan for my business that I'm so excited about. I'm nervous but excited about. But the way that he put down the disabled community, but then I know so many disabled people who voted for him, and then they say that he is not a, you know, a bigot. In my heart and heart, I know he is. With everything he's done and said, how can you say he's not? Like, what did he say about the Somali community? And not even once, many times. It's just, and then even with the whole black jobs, I still want to know, what's a black job? It's like a lot of black people were there during black at the African American month ceremony thing or whatever, but it's just like, oh, you must not care about a lot of the racist things he's done. It's like, because he wants you as the audience, he wants you on the TV so that he can do a presentation. But when it's time to have the important meetings or the like ceremonial events, like the like governors' dinners and things like that, oh yeah, the black one's not invited. When it's time for the farmers to have, their meeting, oh yeah, the two black ones aren't invited. Oh yeah, but and it's like they keep wanting to say, oh well, redlining. Oh, that was so long ago. Get out. Like, no, no, no. Be quiet. Like, oh, and then what about the Parkland Five? And I'm saying all of that and stuff because it's like so many people are so scared of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And one reason is because some of those people who are scared of it are bigots, and they don't want people to have that chance. They don't want the chains to be cut off or unlocked or uncaged. In order for them to succeed, they need to keep people caged up, locked up, and have barriers. And so many people have such low expectations for people who are not straight, white, male, able bodied. It's disgusting. And like with this video, I'm probably going to use this as an example for several topics because the mom brought up so many things. And at the same time, I like, yeah, it's like for Mother's Day, I'm probably going to be talking about her. I need to say, like, yeah, I'm creating a database where even like throughout the year topics that I need to cover certain weeks and things. Because, yeah, I'm learning, I'm getting more organized, or I'm trying, my channel's still messy. It's still messy, but I'm trying to at least bring up certain things on certain days. But I give, like, Abby Romeo's mother so much credit. And with what the orange man said about the disabled community, and he keeps putting down the disabled community, but the disabled community, like, for different reasons, they keep just allowing it. They don't care. It's like sometimes I feel like as long as you're rich, they'll allow you to do anything and everything, which is what exactly what the orange man said. He said that he can bang bang somebody on New York Avenue or whichever avenue or whatever, and no one's going to care. He started a war. MAGA, MAGA doesn't care. Some of the Republicans are kind of waking up. He's rich, but he ain't that rich. I mean, he got $2 billion last year or whatever. But sometimes, not even a trillionaire can cover up that big of a tragedy or whatever. But he keeps putting down the disabled community, and it's frustrating and annoying. And what did he say even about, I believe, I want to say his nephew or great nephew, because he's disabled, and his father left in the will that he gets money for procedures and whenever he needs any medical assistance to get money from the fund. And the father or the orange man's nephew called because that his son or the great nephew needed money and stuff for procedures or whatever. And the orange man said, why don't you just let him pass away? It's like he didn't even say it that nicely. He didn't even say it that nicely. He does not think anything of us. So many people out here in society doesn't think much of us. They don't think we can do much. Especially, they don't even think we can love. They don't even think we're worth it relationships. If you've been listening to the episodes and there are some missing episodes, you're gonna see those back up. Yeah, just wait. In about a year or two, oh no, about a year, yeah, I am gonna be spilling everything about what's been going on lately. Everything. Because I don't allow bullies to run my life. And because you're speaking of people who want to be a bigot, but they're uncreative, unimaginative, they're jerks, they're ignorant, naive, uneducated. Because if you're going to bully somebody, at least know what you're talking about. If you're going to bully somebody, at least don't do it as if you're jealous. You know? It's like, especially, she keeps picking on me for having a disability. She keeps putting me down for having a disability. But then turned around and said she has one. Boo boo, no, that doesn't make sense. So, and yes, this is a scattered episode. Like I said, it's going to be probably a series, but when it comes to disability and it it's so complex with the things that we have to deal with, and like back to Michelle Gellar, like when they talked and like on The View about what the orange man said, she didn't have to say anything. But when she got up on the stage, she asked, "Do you mind if I bring a subject back up?" And she did it so gracefully, so eloquently, so beautifully. So yeah, she is added on my list. Once I publish my book, once I get my candles, like yeah, I was like, yeah, I already know like which items I want to mail to her. Because to me, it's like She said that people with disabilities were like superheroes because we have to figure out how to get through life. We have to be creative, like, and sometimes 24, like some days it's like 24/7, constantly. And I nod my head to her because I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for at least announcing that and understanding that. And I I just wish we had more people like her who are willing to stand up for us, because we need able-bodied people to, like, show that we are capable of doing some things and don't downgrade us and degrade us all, like, because the orange man's doing that enough. He's doing that to the whole world, like for the whole country, for the whole world to hear, and people are listening. We already have red pilled people talking about women and like how it's like if you cheat then she should just not be quiet, shut up, stop. And or yeah, you're only supposed to marry because she's supposed to be submissive, she's supposed to make your kid like and like I won't even get like the UN voting, like as a world they voted yes about slavery being like an unjust thing for humanity. But America, mm, America. Yeah, but I talk about that in a different episode. I'm going to talk about it so much more because that vote says so much. Just like a picture says 1,000 words, a vote says 1,000 words. And yes, I'm all over the place this episode. I know this, but it's so complex with like being black, being a woman, and being disabled. People don't understand the judgment that I get on a daily basis, how I get put down on, and I get told who I'm supposed to be on a daily basis. As a woman, I'm supposed to be a submissive little good, like Christian wife, and then as a black person, like people tell me I'm acting too white or not, like, or not black enough, and then white people saying, oh, but you're black, and police officers wanting to pull me over because I'm black, and then being disabled, oh, you should just stay at home and live off the government. Oh, why are you out? Why are you going to the movies? Why are you traveling? Why are you doing this? Oh no, you should just stay at home. Oh, you vote? Why do you care about politics? Just stay at home. And all that garbage. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's why this episode is so complex because, yes, I'm focusing on the disability part, but at being judged every day for a combination of everything, it's complex. But then when I see Miss Geller standing up for the disabled part of me, I'm like, thank you. Thank you, because we need more of that. We need more empathy and compassion. But then I have to remember that the Republican Party is against empathy. And most times when they vote, they only vote for themselves. They don't vote for anybody else because screw everybody else. I keep hearing, like, if you guys listen carefully to a lot of these Republicans, you're going to hear how they only cared once it affected them. Because even that one woman at the gas station, and she was like, she voted 3 times or whatever. Yeah, she's upset because it affected her. If it didn't affect her, she wouldn't care about that war. I mean, when she was interviewed, how much did she actually mention the harm of the war on other people? No, she only mentioned how it hurt her. And that's how most Republicans are. And that's why most Republicans are happy, because they're selfish and they vote for themselves. No, okay, I'm not saying all Republicans. Because, yeah, speaking of The View, if you're like Anna from The View, oh, that's my girl right there. It's like, yeah, she's one Republican. I'm like, okay, you're not like the others. Okay, yeah, we can chill. Okay, yeah. I would have brunch with you at that drag queen like brunch place that she went in Florida. Yeah, I want to go. Like, yeah, that would be amazing, awesome. But yeah, when it comes to Sarah Michelle Gellar, I was so impressed with her, and it was so amazing. And I'm going to be talking about this one on and off. I could talk about this in so many episodes. But now, yes, we need to talk as a new fan. This is my first episode. And I think one reason because I've been doing more research, even about my disability, but there's not much. It's so sad how, like, if you are autistic and epilepsy, like if you have like certain disabilities, there's so much more information, there is so much more research. But then when you have more rare ones like me, it's like you have to just dig and look up and like keywords and like trying to find other disabilities that are connected with yours that might relate in some way just so you can see what you can find. It's exhausting. And then other people try to tell you what you should do with yourself and how you should live your life, or some say, well, you're not disabled enough if, but then there are some people say I'm too disabled, some people are saying I'm not disabled enough because, oh well, it's like you have degrees, so you're not that disabled, you're not really disabled. But then since I need walking assistance, or yeah, then they say, well, oh no. It's like, yeah, you should just stay at home. You shouldn't go anywhere because, yeah, it's like you can't walk on your own. So, so yeah, yeah. But when I watched this interview, it it kind of like it reminded me of one of my favorite animes, The Extraordinary Lawyer Wu Young Will. I think that will be one of my favorite shows, like for years and years, because one, we need more shows like it. We need more shows with disability, but where the disability isn't the main point of it. There are other shows, but like with disabled representation, but sometimes it's so much about the disability where it's like, no, I want to see their life. I want to see them as a person. The person is not the disability. And even though they have a disability, they have ability to live a full and functional life, or at least their full and functional life. It may not look like yours. It may not look like yours, but it is a life. And so listening and watching Abby Romero, like Romeo, oh my gosh, it's like her happiness is so pure. And she's a Disney fan. Oh, yeah, I'm a Disney fan too. But it's like my two favorite princesses are Tiana and Rapunzel. But then, oh, yeah, I think she mentioned like Rapunzel too. And I was like, oh, okay. Yes, like if I ever get to meet her, oh my gosh, we should have like a table full of snacks, or I would see like, because I know like I I I was listening to her, and I know she doesn't like carrots. So I would want to know like, okay, what are the foods you do like, cuz she doesn't like salads and she doesn't like carrots. But oh, she wants to try frog legs. Oh, I love frog legs. I wonder if she would try clams, because I just created this clam sauce or pot. Like, yeah, it's delicious. I'm going to be adding it to one of the cookbooks. I'm not going to tell you which novel, but yes, it's going to be in one of the novels. I'm so excited. Or one of the recipe books for the novel. But her smile, and even her talking about the shows that she loves and why she loves them. And like she would have like, I wonder if she would read my book, because my main character kind of goes back and forth just a little bit though, but it has disability representation, so I kind of like, I think maybe her mom would enjoy it because of the reality of the disability and the hardships that we go through and how some other parents are, and the reality and the sad truth of trying to be normal, quote unquote, because people always tell me, oh, once you're normal, honey, this is what you're going to get. Okay, this is my normal. Be quiet. Okay, stop it. Okay, if you want me to be your normal, but goodbye. Don't waste my time. Allow me to meet somebody or share time with somebody who respects who I am and how I am. Okay. But yeah, it's like she is a wonderful example. Like she loves, and her man sometimes treats her like a princess. Oh my gosh, I love that part. And the work that her mom like made sure she put in to help her with her speaking. And I applaud her mother. And yeah, that's going to be its own, because I wish, well, I'm not going to say my mother didn't put work to me, but it was more in an ABUSC way. Yeah, because everyone kept saying I was lying, saying that I didn't have a disability, that nothing was wrong with me, that I was making it up, wanting attention. And so, but yeah, so that's why I just wish more doctors would listen and more doctors would pay attention, because disabilities like mine are less known and are more rare. And I don't know, just watching her is it made me really happy and even teary eyed, because like so, she like when she was talking about the dog running around with the underwear, I was just like, oh my gosh, because like she has such a pure spirit. And oh my gosh, she's going to be able to meet the like lava girl that is, oh my gosh, that's absolutely amazing. And I do believe one day she is going to meet Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus. I do believe that with all my heart, because with how the excitement in her eyes, it's like her eyes were like twinkling, and she has such a pure spirit. But most importantly, it's like we need more shows like this. We need more shows that show that people with disabilities can love. And I hope maybe one day we'll have a reality show where it shows people with disabilities either owning their own businesses or at work, but it shows that we can work, we can do. And maybe even another dating show where maybe not about being on like the spectrum or being autistic, but maybe love while seated, so people who have walking disabilities, or I mean even like Love is Blind. Oh, let's try it with some blind people, like let's try some other shows with other disabilities to show the authentic, like, or how the disabled community, we can work, we can love, we live our lives as well. But so many people don't want us to live, so many people don't want us to have experiences, so many people want us, they want to hate on us, degrade us, devalue us, dehumanize us. And it's like, is that all you have to do in your life, is to put down other people because you're not capable of having a life of your own? It's like, is that the only hobby? Is that not the only interest you're able and capable of doing? It's like, allow people with disabilities to smile, to find happiness, to find their purpose and joy and love and compassion and empathy. So, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I only touched the skin, the surface, because for me it's complex. Being black, disabled, and a woman. But thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.